4 times the streets saved rappers, and 4 times it destroyed them. The streets have always been both a birthplace and a battlefield. For hip-hop, they give rappers their stories, their scars, and their sound. But as much as the streets can raise you, they can also ruin you. Today, we're looking at 4 times the streets saved rappers and 4 times they destroyed them. When the streets saved them, number 1, Gucci Mane, the godfather of the trap's redemption. Before he became the clean-cut, health-conscious mogul fans know today, Radrick Gucci Mane Davis was one of Atlanta's most notorious trap figures. Arrested repeatedly for charges ranging from assault to drug possession, his criminal record once rivaled his catalog. During his 32-month federal sentence, later shortened to 29, his label 1017 Records kept his legacy alive by releasing 19 albums, 12 mixtapes, and a compilation project. Even behind bars, Gucci dominated the streets, turning prison time into momentum. When he walked free in May 2016, the transformation was undeniable. Slimmer, sober, and focused. His first single, First Day Out the Feds, hit over 1 million streams in 24 hours, marking one of rap's most iconic comebacks. Today, artists like Future, Young Thug, and Chief Keef hail him as a true architect of modern trap music. Number 2, Meek Mill, from prisoner to reform pioneer, into a movement like Meek Mill. His story begins long before fame as a young man from North Philadelphia who found both his passion and his pain in the streets. In 2008, Meek was arrested on drug and gun charges, setting off a probation sentence that would haunt him for nearly a decade. Every small misstep, whether it was traveling without permission or testing positive for drugs, sent him back to court or even jail. By 2017, the situation boiled over when Meek was sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison for probation violations, despite public outrage over how minor the infractions were. It looked like the end of his career, but instead, it became the spark for one of the biggest criminal justice reform movements in modern hip-hop. The hashtag Free Meek Mill campaign exploded. Celebrities like Jay-Z, Kevin Hart, and even the governor of Pennsylvania spoke out. His story became a symbol of how the justice system targets black men trapped in cycles of probation and poverty. When Meek was released in April 2018, he was no longer just a rapper. He was a voice for millions. Instead of going silent, he co-founded the Reform Alliance, partnering with Jay-Z and billionaire Robert Kraft to push for systemic change. Together, they raised over $50 million to fight mass incarceration and probation abuse. Meek's downfall became his platform. Number 3, Tupac Shakur, the struggle that fueled greatness. There's no talking about survival and redemption in rap without mentioning Tupac Shakur. When Pac was locked up in 1995 for SA charges, it could have ended his career, but instead, it became the foundation for one of the greatest comebacks in music history. While in prison, Tupac read voraciously, studying philosophy, politics, and religion. He reemerged with a sharper mind and a new sense of purpose. Just days after his release, funded by Suge Knight in exchange for signing with Death Row Records, he recorded All Eyes on Me. The album became a cultural event, selling over 5 million copies in the US, alone within a year. The streets didn't just give Tupac his voice, it gave him his vision. His post-prison music was angrier, wiser, and more urgent. It turned him from a rising star into a global icon. For Pac, the streets saved him not by softening his edges, but by sharpening them. They made him dangerous, poetic, and unforgettable. Number 4, Lil Wayne Buzz Untouched, legacy secured. In 2010, Lil Wayne, one of the most influential rappers of his generation, was sentenced to 8 months in Rikers Island for a gun charge. For most artists, that kind of break would have killed their momentum, but not Wayne. Before going in, he prepared. He filmed music videos, recorded songs, and stacked up enough material to keep his name alive. His fans barely noticed he was gone. When he got out, His first post-prison single, 6 Foot 7 Foot, hit the charts immediately, reminding everyone he was still the self-proclaimed best rapper alive. Wayne's time in prison didn't change his persona, it strengthened it. He emerged as a figure of endurance in hip-hop, someone who took the hit and came back untouched. When the streets destroyed them, number 1, Tay-K, the song that sealed his fate. At just 16 years old, Taymor Trayvon McIntyre was gaining traction in the Texas rap scene with his raw energy and unapologetic lyrics. But his real-life choices caught up with him fast. In 2016, Tay-K was charged in connection with a home invasion that left one man dead. While awaiting trial, he cut off his ankle monitor and went on the run. And during that time, he recorded The Race. The song detailed his escape in real time, with lines like, "Fuck a beat, I was trying to beat a case." It went viral instantly, racking up millions of views on YouTube and turning him into an underground star. But the same song that made him famous became his downfall. Prosecutors used the lyrics and music video as evidence against him, arguing that he glorified the crime. In 2019, Tay-K was convicted of murder and sentenced to 55 years in prison. Later, he was given an additional 80 years for another killing committed while he was on the run. Tay-K's rise and fall happened in less than 3 years. Number 2, 21 Savage. The persona that almost collapsed. 21 Savage's career was built on his Atlanta street reputation. His lyrics about violence, survival, and loss resonated because they felt authentic. Fans saw him as a product of the city's toughest neighborhoods. But in February 2019, that image cracked. ICE agents arrested 21 Savage, revealing something no one saw coming. He was actually from the United Kingdom. Born Shah Yah bin Abraham Joseph, he had come to the U.S. legally as a child but overstayed his visa after it expired in 2006. For years, he lived undocumented. The revelation hit hard. The idea that one of Atlanta's most real rappers wasn't actually born there became internet fodder. Memes flooded social media. But beyond the jokes, his career hung in the balance. Deportation could have ended everything. Though 21 managed to stay in the U.S. and eventually obtain legal status, the scandal showed how fragile street credibility can be. The same authenticity that made him famous almost unraveled his entire brand. Number 3, Boosie Badazz. Boosie Badazz, formerly known as Lil Boosie, is another rapper whose deep connection to the streets both defined and doomed him. By the time he was convicted in 2011 on drug charges, Boosie was already a Southern rap legend. Fans called him the voice of the gutter. He spent nearly 5 years in Louisiana State Penitentiary, during which he wrote over 1,000 songs, a book, and even a movie script. Fans waited eagerly for his release, expecting a triumphant return. But when Boosie finally came home in 2014, hip-hop had moved on. Despite releasing 9 projects and maintaining his lyrical sharpness, his sales and streams dropped sharply. The new generation didn't connect with his style the way they once did. The world had shifted toward a new trap sound that Boosie helped pioneer, but no longer controlled. His career became a cautionary tale that even if the streets don't kill you physically, they can kill your momentum. Boosie's authenticity remained unquestioned, but his relevance faded. The same street legacy that once gave him power ended up trapping him in the past. Number 4, Kodak Black. Kodak Black's career has always been a struggle between success and self-destruction. He rose from poverty with raw, vivid storytelling that reflected his environment. But the same streets that inspired him kept pulling him back. From his teenage years, Kodak faced a string of arrests, robbery, gun possession, drugs, even sexual assault allegations. Each time his fame grew, another charge derailed his progress. Despite hits like Tunnel Vision and Z's, his mugshots began to overshadow his music. Prison breaks cut short album releases, tours, and major collaborations that could have cemented him as the dominant force. Even after a presidential pardon in 2001, Kodak found himself in more trouble, proving how hard it is to escape the life that built his name. Kodak's music remains honest and street-rooted, but it's cost him dearly. Lost time, opportunities, and trust. Hip-hop will always be tied to the streets. It's part of its DNA, but every artist faces the same choice: own the streets or let them own you.